Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Carnivore and Carnivish. And although I'm a very light person as far as not taking too many things too seriously, I take what I eat very seriously. And when I committed to doing my mostly carnivore lifestyle, that's exactly what it meant. And along came some some unintended, I guess, benefits or tweaking that I wasn't anticipating. One thing is that I've given up most of my supplements. I used to take a handful every day, and now I take vitamin D and magnesium glycinate. Thank you, Lori. She said that that is the one magnesium strain or type that your body does absorb. I decided not to do my fourth Prolia injection, and it's not a good thing to do. And the copay was ridiculous, and so yep, I've opted out of that. And what else? Well, I gave up the diatomaceous earth after many, many years of putting it in my coffee. I gave up Xyla and erythritol in my coffee as well. I gave up heavy whipping cream, and now I have Keto unsweetened non-dairy creamer. And yeah, I'm probably the 95% carnivore that a lot of people are that still have coffee. And my Saturday pizza is mostly Mitza pizza. It's less than a quarter of a cup of almond flour in the double batch that I make. And I do have Brussels sprouts on Sunday. I don't anticipate giving them up soon. It's just a lingering thing that I love from the big green egg from Greg's Hard Work on Sundays. But I'm mostly meat, and I haven't tracked in over a week. I kind of have the running food items that I'm going to have, beef items mostly, that I'm going to have throughout the week when I go to the Brazilian butchery on Friday. So by purchasing those meats, I know what it is that I'm having, and I'm comfortable cooking them. I put my any leftover meats that I have, I do put in the freezer for just a little while, and I will finish them up the next week. And it all kind of works, so they're not sitting there in the freezer like I've been known to do. I still have a lot of U.S. wellness meats that I'm going to, I need to eat. But the last time we had U.S. wellness, the French rib just didn't taste right. I don't know if that's because I'm so used to the Brazilian butchery choice of Angus beef that they get. And I see it on the label every time I'm there on Fridays. And I always say I'm going to go back and check out that company. So hopefully it's a very conscientious kind of farm that they do. And it's not feedlot in the way that we hear it described. So I do take how I'm eating and why I'm eating it and everything quite seriously. I think I had a pretty serious oxalate dump. It hurt. I guess watching the Sally Norton oxalate interview recently, if you put Sally Norton in the search thing on the top of the YouTube page, you will see all of her recent interviews, and it was the most recent one I've seen. So I'm sorry I don't have the exact link, but I was wondering how it dumps, and I think that so being mostly carnivore for the last few months, I'm seeing how it took a while, many, many, many years of just eating the way that I was, all that healthy eating, especially the spinach and the leafy greens, thinking that I was doing the right thing. Fortunately, I wasn't a big kale eater, but or smoothie eater, although there was a period where I had a smoothie and a package of Belvita cookies, slash breakfast bars or whatever they call them. It's a cookie. It's like having 3 Lorna Doones or 4 Lorna Doones, trust me. And yet it's that hold you till 9 a.m. thing that they advertise, it's kind of funny because it's like, hold me till 9 a.m. My goodness, you mean that's assuming I ate like what, heart healthy oatmeal at like 6:30 and then I can go 2.5 hours before eating again? Can you remember those days? I sure do. I was a big Weight Watcher fanatic, and I did my Weight Watchers the same way I'm doing, the same way I did my low carb, high fat, the same way I transitioned to keto, and the same way I now do carnivore. I'm in. I'm all in. Are you all in? This is a good time of the year to make that decision that you're all in. So then you automatically become a no matter what club member. And that means from all of the get-togethers that you have, all of those things that where temptations, they just abound, that you are covered because you made that decision. Okay? So when the choices come at you to not honor that decision, that's when your integrity and your accountability have to kick in. I don't like seeing videos of people that binge, that give themselves permission to go way offline, even if it's keto. It's still a dangerous head thing. I don't like to see people get back into snacking. I think that that's a very dangerous isn't the word, unhealthy, somewhere in between dangerous and unhealthy it lies. Dr. Cyrus says that it is an emotional event if you're snacking. I say if you're snacking, it's because you didn't have enough to eat at that meal that you had sitting down. The last meal that you had, it could have been the day before. It could have been 30 hours before. It could have been 5 hours before if you have 2 MAD or 3 MAD. Whatever it is, if you feel the need to snack while you're, in that in-between stage, intermittent fasting, whatever you want to call it, not eating, not chewing, I call it, because I do have my bridges of coffee. If you're still doing that, then you're not getting those few extra bites at that meal to hold you over. What things hold me over? Fat in my coffee, fat in my meal, fat in my beef, things cooked in fat. Today I'm having a T-bone steak, and I'm going to be having it in my cast iron pan, cooked in bacon grease. Do things get better than that? I don't think so. So I look forward to that. This week I've kind of lost my feeling for eggs. I had 2 one day and I only ate half of one. Yesterday I made 1 egg and I only ate like a quarter of that. So today I'm just going to be having my T-bone seared again. Greg kind of smoked it on the grill, so I'll sear it so it keeps the rareness in. And I will have that as my OMAD. And the fats in it do carry me along with the fats in the bacon grease, because I pour the drippings over the steak. And then I have it with my wonderful Redmond salt. Somebody asked me about the black flaked salt, and I've been having I believe it's the Sur La Grande white flaked salt from France, and I think I will try the gray. I know it's so funny. I'm out of pink Himalayan, I'm out of Celtic crystals, and then ordering the gray. So it's kind of funny to run out of my salts at the same time, but I did. And Greg and I are big salt eaters with our meal. And so yes, when I put my heated plate with the beef on it in front of me, I sit down and I enjoy the meal. I don't keep getting up for the let me just. That means, well, I'm kind of used to like Greg's spread of foods and then my one plate of things. So I kind of got it. By the time we sit down, everything is there and there's no need to do the get-ups. And once I do a get-up, then I get into the other things, like I'll wash that pan or I'll put that dish away or something like that. It's like an invitation for OCD, because the sooner I put those things away, the sooner I can get back to sitting down. No, no, no. I like to sit down from the start to the finish of the entire meal. It just it just works for me. Um, and I guess I'm getting to that place of more eccentric with my foods because I have less of a list of foods that I have, if you're following me. So, bacon, butter, omega superpower, MCT oil, um, Dr. Bronner's coconut oil, tastes delicious, and ghee, my beloved ghee. I have plain ghee, I have pink Himalayan ghee, and I have vanilla bean ghee. I've seen turmeric and other ones in the store, but I'm not drawn to them. So these are the fats that I put in my coffee throughout the day. I have the 45 grams, up to 45 grams of the Keto unsweetened non-dairy creamer. So I'm having no dairy for 6 days of the week, and that really suits me. Although tomorrow I may have a slice of cheese on my burger ground at the butcher. So we'll see. But usually the only dairy that comes into my world is on Saturday when I make my pizza. And for now, that's working. And so they haven't been major changes in my life, but they've been small enough, but significant enough tweaks. And I'm quite happy with the way that I feel. I will be weighing myself next Thursday. And so we'll see how the scale goes for that. I feel at my optimum. Today is day 5 or 6 that I have not had my ibuprofen for my leg pain, my osteoarthritis. And I'm wondering if that oxalate dump was painful and keeping me taking it. Then I got rid of it, and I've been kind of pain-free. My legs get heavy at the end of my day of Uber driving, but I think that that's appropriate for my age and for the driving that I do. Well, it's time for me to go and turn on my apps for the day. As you can tell, I'm up and ready. Thank you so much for watching. Keto accountability, keto and carnivore accountability coaching are available. It's just where you kind of check in with me a couple of times a day. We get to know each other. We see patterns and trends in your life, successes, just stabilizing, its behaviors as much as it is the foods that you're eating. It all works. And so if you want more information about that, you will see my email address below. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with Keto Carnivore Carnivish and my community that I love. I love my community. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.